Ladies and gentlemen, friends, dreamers, and every single one of you who has ever wondered if there's something more to life than the daily grind, the routines, the endless cycle of days blending into weeks and months, let me tell you something. Today we're going to talk about something monumental, something that could reshape how you view every moment, every obstacle, every triumph, and every quiet, seemingly insignificant choice you make. I'm talking about the power of seeing your life as a story. And not just any story, but a narrative that you are writing. You, my friends, are the author of your own journey. Imagine your life as a book. Every chapter represents a phase, a period, a collection of moments that together form the story that is uniquely yours. Think about that for a moment, your life, with all its highs, lows, twists, turns, and even the mundane in between moments is a tale that has never been told before and never will be told again. Each moment matters because you are the one with the pen, crafting each chapter with purpose, struggle, hope, and resilience. What if I told you that within each of us, within every single person in this room, lies an untapped well of potential, courage, and strength? Some of us just haven't discovered it yet. Others may have glimpsed it but are afraid to fully embrace it. And others may be searching endlessly for permission to be the protagonist of their own story. But here's the thing, no one is going to give you permission. No one else can decide the chapters of your life for you. Life, my friends, is not a dress rehearsal. It's not a draft you get to edit endlessly. It's happening right here, right now, and every second that passes is another word on the page, another line in the script. So why not make it a story worth telling? You see, every powerful story has its arc. There's the ordinary world where things are familiar but often mundane. Then comes the call to adventure, the moment where the character feels an urge to step out of the known and into the unknown. That's where transformation begins. But the hero doesn't transform without struggle, without obstacles. Because without conflict, there's no growth, no learning, no depth. Look at the heroes of your favorite stories. They face setbacks, make mistakes, endure heartbreak, and fight battles, both inner and outer. They fail, they fall, they get back up. The hero's journey is never easy. It's a path filled with challenges and rutschkes and risks. But it's in overcoming these obstacles that they become who they were meant to be. The same is true for you. You may feel like the world around you is hard and unforgiving. You may have experienced loss, disappointment, and rejection. Perhaps you feel trapped in circumstances you didn't choose or believe are impossible to change. But let me tell you something essential. Every setback, every heartbreak, every dark night of the soul is a part of the story that shapes you into the person you are meant to become. You're the protagonist of this story, and that means you can rewrite, you can redirect, you can choose how you respond. You may not have control over everything that happens, but you have control over how you react. You have control over what you do next, over whether you give up or keep going. How many times do we let our own minds limit us? How often do we say, I can't do that, it's too late for me, I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes? But here's the beautiful thing about stories, the hero almost never believes they're capable at the start. They don't start out thinking they're strong enough, smart enough, or brave enough. It's only through the journey, through facing fear, through stepping forward into the unknown, that they discover their strength. You can do this. You can step forward. You can take a leap, even if it terrifies you. Because on the other side of that leap is growth, possibility, and change. Growth rarely happens in comfort zones. Comfort zones keep us safe, yes, but they also keep us small. And you, my friend, are not meant to play small. You are here to be the fullest expression of who you are. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. This is your reminder that your life is yours to live, your story yours to write. Start today. Take one step toward the life you want. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because there is no perfect moment. There is only now, It won't be easy, and there will be times you want to quit. There will be days when you feel like you've lost your way, when self-doubt creeps in and tells you you're not good enough. But that's just part of the process. Embrace it. Let those moments of struggle become the chapters where you learned, where you grew, where you became more than you were before. Every story has setbacks. That's what makes the triumph so powerful. And don't forget this, you are not alone. Every one of us is on our own journey, our own path filled with dreams, goals, struggles, and victories. We may be walking separate roads, but in this space we are united by our shared humanity, our shared desire to live lives of purpose and meaning. So ask yourself, what is the story you want to tell? What legacy do you want to leave behind? At the end of your life, when you look back on all the choices you made, all the risks you took, all the dreams you chased, will you be proud of the story you wrote? Will you be proud of how you lived, how you loved, how you dared to dream? Your life is happening now. It's happening every time you make a decision, every time you choose to rise up in the face of adversity, every time you take a small, courageous step forward. No one else can live your life for you, no one else can write your story, and no one else can claim your dreams. This is your time, right here, right now. Take that leap, write that chapter, embrace the unknown, and remember that you are the hero of this story. You have the power to make it the most extraordinary story you can imagine. As you sit here today, I want you to understand something profoundly important. You are not bound by the limits of your past, the expectations of others, or even by the obstacles you see in front of you. You have the power to transcend all of it, to rise above the noise of doubt, fear, and hesitation. Your story isn't written by the opinions of others. It isn't defined by your mistakes or your regrets. You have the incredible ability to reinvent yourself, to reshape your identity, to rewrite the chapters of your life. So many of us are trapped in identities that were given to us by other people, labels, assumptions, roles we didn't choose but somehow fell into. But none of these labels define who you are. The only person who has the right to define you is you. Who do you want to become? What do you want to stand for? What mark do you want to leave on this world? These are questions only you can answer. And every answer you give will shape your story. In a powerful narrative, the character doesn't stay the same. They grow, they learn, they change. They become wiser, stronger, more resilient. That growth often comes from facing their darkest moments. Think about your own life. Think about the times you've struggled, when you felt lost, broken, or defeated. Those moments might seem like chapters you'd rather forget. But those are precisely the moments that hold the greatest potential for transformation. Every hardship, every setback, every moment of pain has something to teach us if we're willing to look for it. Instead of seeing these moments as things that happen to you, try to see them as gifts, as opportunities to grow, to deepen your understanding, to build resilience. Remember, no story is compelling without struggle. It's the struggle that makes the victory meaningful. It's the pain that makes the joy richer. Embrace every chapter, even the difficult ones, because they are shaping you into the person you are meant to be. So many people go through life passively, drifting along, letting circumstances and other people's choices dictate the direction of their lives. But you are not a passive observer of your own existence. You are a creator, a builder, an architect of your destiny. And that role comes with a tremendous amount of power and responsibility. The decisions you make every day, no matter how small, are shaping the world you inhabit. When you choose kindness over anger, courage over fear, hope over despair, you are creating a better version of yourself and a better story for the world. When you decide to dream bigger, to act braver, to live truer, you are lighting the way for others to do the same. Because here's the truth, your story doesn't just belong to you. The impact of your life ripples out into the lives of those around you. Your courage inspires others to be courageous. Your resilience shows others that they too can overcome. Your kindness reminds others of the goodness in the world. Never underestimate the power of your story to touch lives far beyond your own. If there's one thing I want you to take away today, it's this: you have the power to write your life as a story of greatness. This doesn't mean your life has to be perfect or that you won't face failure, rejection, and heartbreak. On the contrary, those things are part of the journey, part of the beauty. It's in the moments when you're knocked down, when the odds are stacked against you, that you have the chance to rise up and show the world what you're made of. Imagine how much richer your story will be because of those moments of resilience, because of the times you chose to keep going when it would have been easier to give up. Every great story has moments of darkness, but it's the hero's unwavering spirit, their refusal to give in, that transforms the story into something extraordinary. You have that spirit within you, that same power to choose how you respond to life's challenges, to decide whether your story, one of triumph, one of courage, one of unwavering faith in yourself. And remember, this isn't just a one-time decision. Writing your story is a daily commitment. Every day you get to decide who you are, what you stand for, and what direction your life will take. Life doesn't always hand us perfect conditions, but it does give us endless opportunities to shape and reshape our narrative. Maybe today is the day you let go of the limitations you've placed on yourself. Maybe today is the day you stop doubting your dreams, stop fearing failure, and start acting with purpose, conviction, and courage. This journey is yours, and every step you take is aligning your story. Make those lines count. Make them bold, make them passionate, make them worthy of the person you truly are deep inside. No matter where you are in your life right now, no matter how far you feel from the person you want to be, know this: it's never too late to change. The beauty of a story is that it's constantly evolving. So long as you have breath, you have the power to create, to dream, to become. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by the choices you make right now, in this moment and in every moment that follows. So write your story with courage, with intention, with love. And when the world looks back on the life you've lived, let it see a story that radiates purpose, that echoes with resilience, and that, by most importantly, is unmistakably yours. Let's take a moment to talk about purpose. Too often we go through life believing that purpose is something we have to find or wait for. We think we'll stumble upon it one day like a prize lying hidden in a field. But what if, instead of waiting for purpose to find us, we actively created it ourselves? Purpose isn't something out there waiting. It's something inside of us, a flame waiting to be ignited by our own actions, decisions, and beliefs. When we live with purpose, when we choose to dedicate ourselves to something greater than ourselves, everything changes. Life becomes more meaningful. Every day feels more intentional. And even the most mundane tasks take on new significance. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as dedicating yourself to being kind, to uplifting others, to learning and growing every day. Purpose is what fuels the best stories. And when you write with purpose, you create a story that not only enriches your own life, but leaves a legacy for others to follow. Find that purpose within yourself, create it, shape it, and then let it guide you. Write each chapter of your life. Let's talk about fear and self-doubt, the twin shadows that so often keep us from truly living our story. Every single one of us has experienced fear, the fear of failure, of rejection, of judgment, of not being enough. Fear is that little voice that whispers, what if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you're just not good enough? But here's the thing, fear is not the enemy. Fear is a signal that we're standing on the edge of something meaningful, something challenging, something that could change us if we're brave enough to step forward. Fear is simply a companion on the journey, but it doesn't have to be the author of your story. Imagine if every protagonist in every story had given up the moment fear entered the scene. There would be no tales of triumph, no stories of courage. Instead of letting fear hold you back, let it be your signal to move forward, to challenge yourself, to see what lies beyond it. Because beyond fear lies growth, strength, and the best chapters of your story. Embrace the fear, acknowledge it, and then step forward anyway. And let's not forget the importance of forgiveness and grace, especially when it comes to ourselves. As we journey through life, it's so easy to get caught up in our mistakes, our regrets, our missteps. We tend to hold on to these moments as though they define us, as though they're written in permanent ink on the pages of our lives. But the truth is, every story has moments of error, moments where the protagonist stumbles, falls, and sometimes even loses their way. These moments don't define the story, they enrich it, add depth, and remind us of our humanity. Forgiving yourself for your past mistakes is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. It frees you from the weight of shame, allows you to move forward with a lighter heart, and gives you permission to keep writing without the shadow of regret holding you back. Remember, every day is a new page, and you are free to fill it with hope, courage, and grace for yourself. Connection is another vital part of any meaningful story. We often think of our lives as individual narratives separate from those around us. But the reality is that our stories are deeply intertwined with the lives we touch. Every person you encounter, every conversation you have, every act of kindness you share becomes a part of your story and a part of theirs. Think about the people who have helped shape you, who have lifted you when you were down, who believed in you when you doubted yourself. Those people are characters in your story, and their presence has helped make your journey richer. Likewise, you are a character in someone else's story. You have the power to be the one who inspires, who uplifts, who believes. Every act of kindness, every moment of empathy, every time you lend a listening ear, you are helping to write not only your own story, but also the stories of those around you. In a world that often feels disconnected, remember that the threads of our lives are woven together. Choose to be a positive, inspiring presence in others' lives, and you'll find that your own story becomes more meaningful and fulfilling. There's one more thing I want you to carry with you, and that's the idea of possibility. It's easy to let life become predictable, to settle into routines, and to let our dreams fade into the background as mere what-ifs. But imagine if every day you woke up with a sense of possibility, if every morning you saw yourself as someone with the power to create change, to make a difference, to move closer to your dreams. What if you approached each day with the belief that anything was possible? Imagine the energy, the excitement, the passion that would fill your life. Possibility is a mindset. It's a way of seeing the world not as a set of limitations, but as a landscape of opportunities waiting to be explored. Don't close yourself off to possibility by saying, I'm too old, it's too late, or I'm not good enough. Those are just stories we tell ourselves, and you have the power to rewrite them. Embrace possibility as the foundation of your story, and let it propel you forward into a life filled with curiosity, adventure, and growth. And finally, remember that you don't have to wait for a perfect moment to start living the story you want to tell. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready, for conditions to be perfect, or for the stars to align. Life is happening now, and you are already in the middle of your story. Don't wait for some future version of yourself to begin living fully, to take risks, to pursue your passions. Start today with all your imperfections, doubts, and uncertainties. Begin exactly where you are, with exactly what you have, and watch how the world opens up for you. Every day you have the choice to take a step forward, to write a new line, to move a little closer to the person you want to be. You don't have to have everything figured out, you just have to be willing to begin. Your story is not about perfection, it's about courage, resilience, love, and growth. It's about showing up for yourself day after day, no matter how difficult the journey may be. When you embrace the messy, imperfect beauty of life and give yourself permission to dream, fail, learn, and try again, you create a story that is vibrant, real, and unapologetically yours. So take the pen, my friend, write your story with intention, passion, and unbreakable spirit. Because the world deserves to know your story, and you deserve to live a life that's nothing less than extraordinary. One of the most powerful parts of any story is transformation, the moment when the protagonist realizes they are capable of more than they ever imagined. Think about the great stories you've read or watched. It's in these moments of realization, of breakthrough, that the character evolves, discovering inner strength they didn't know they had. This is the beauty of self-discovery, and it's something that lies within each of us. We all have unexplored strengths, hidden talents, and boundless potential waiting to be uncovered. Often life's challenges bring these out. When you're tested, pushed to the limit, and on the brink of giving up, those are the moments when you discover what you're truly made of. Don't shy away from these moments. Instead, lean into them, embrace them, and allow them to reveal the parts of yourself you may not yet know. Your journey to self-discovery is an ongoing process, a lifelong adventure that continuously adds new dimensions to your story. Embrace it, celebrate it, and let every challenge be a gateway to becoming a greater version of yourself. Consider for a moment the power of dreams, the visions that reside in the deepest parts of our minds, the ambitions that fuel us even when life gets hard. Every story of greatness begins with a dream, with someone daring to imagine something extraordinary and believing it was possible. But dreams alone aren't enough. They require action, commitment, and resilience. Dreams often demand sacrifice, patience, and a willingness to keep going when success seems out of reach. Many people let go of their dreams too early, thinking they're too unrealistic or unattainable. But remember, the dreams that scare you, the ones that seem impossible, are often the most worthwhile. If you can hold on to them, nurture them, and take even the smallest steps toward them, you'll find that they become a guiding force in your story. Let your dreams be the fire that fuels your journey. They are there for a reason. They're a reflection of your potential, a whisper from your future self telling you that more is possible. Don't let them fade. Let them inspire you every day to keep writing a story that's filled with vision and purpose. And let's talk about failure, a word that so often fills us with dread. But what if we redefine failure, seeing it not as an ending but as a teacher, a stepping stone on the path to success? In every great story, the hero faces setbacks, times when they stumble, fall, and sometimes lose hope. These moments of failure aren't just random obstacles, they are integral to the character's growth. Failure builds resilience, teaches humility, and deepens understanding. It's through failure that we learn our greatest lessons, that we're reminded to persevere, to adapt, to grow. In your own story, every failure is a chapter of learning, an opportunity to come back stronger and wiser. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it. Allow it to refine you, to sharpen your focus, to drive you forward. Because every failure you experience is not a verdict on your potential, but rather a stepping stone to your success. It's proof that shine that you're daring to move forward and that you're brave enough to pursue something meaningful. Legacy is another powerful element of your story, which you leave behind in the hearts and minds of others, the impact you have on the world long after you're gone. We don't often think about legacy because it feels far away, something reserved for the end of life. But every choice, every interaction, every act of kindness is part of the legacy you're building right now. Legacy isn't about fame or wealth, it's about the values you live by, the love you share, and the lives you touch along the way. Ask yourself, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? How do you want to be remembered by those around you? Let these questions guide you as you write your story. Let them remind you to live with integrity, to uplift others, and to give generously. When you focus on leaving a positive impact, you create a legacy of compassion, strength, and purpose. Your story becomes something larger than yourself, something that lives on in the lives of others. And that, perhaps, is one of the most meaningful chapters any of us can write. Now, let's consider the importance of embracing change. Life is full of transitions, of moments when we're forced to move forward, even when it's uncomfortable or unfamiliar. Many of us resist change because it challenges our comfort zones, pushing us into the unknown. But growth cannot happen without change. Transformation cannot occur if we remain the same. Every time you embrace change, you allow yourself to become a new version of yourself, one that's braver, wiser, and more capable. Change is the foundation of any compelling story, the turning point that sets character on a new path, revealing new possibilities. When you face change in your own life, don't fear it. Welcome it as an invitation to step in a new chapter. Change may be uncomfortable, but it's also a gift that opens doors, broadens horizons, and reveals strengths you never knew you had. So as you write your story, remember that each change is a chance to grow, to expand, and to enrich the narrative of your life. And remember that no matter where you are in your story, whether you're in a chapter of joy, struggle, or uncertainty, you are exactly where you need to be. Sometimes we're so focused on getting to the next chapter, on achieving the next goal, that we forget to appreciate where we are right now. But every chapter serves a purpose. Each one is a vital part of the whole, and each moment, no matter how challenging or mundane it may seem, has something to teach you. Take time to be present, to appreciate the journey as it unfolds. Your story is happening in real time with all its imperfections and unknowns. Don't rush through it, savor it. Life is not a race and there is no finish line. The beauty of your story lies in every step you take, every lesson you learn, and every experience that shapes you. So be here, be fully engaged, and allow yourself to experience the richness of each chapter. Finally, let's remember that ultimately, the purpose of writing our story isn't to be perfect. It's to be authentic. Your story isn't meant to be flawless. It's meant to be real, filled with highs and lows, triumphs and mistakes. It's in authenticity that true beauty is found. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, to share your struggles and admit your fears. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. It connects us to others, reminds us of our shared humanity, and creates a story that resonates on a deep, universal level. When you're willing to be yourself, flaws and all, you give others permission to do the same. You inspire others to embrace their own journey, their own struggles, and their own dreams. Authenticity is the soul of any great story, and when you live authentically, your story shines brighter, impacting not only your own life, but the lives of everyone you touch. So let your story be a testament to courage, resilience, growth, and authenticity. Embrace every chapter, every line, every word, for they are all pieces of the incredible journey you're on. Take pride in your story, for it's a story worth telling, a story that's deeply meaningful, and a story that will leave a legacy for those who follow. Remember that you are the author and the pages are still unwritten. The possibilities are endless, and the journey is yours to create. Live boldly, love deeply, and write your story with passion and purpose. Let's talk about gratitude, one of the most powerful tools we have in shaping our narrative. Gratitude is more than just an appreciation for the good moments. It's a mindset that allows us to find beauty even in the difficult parts of our story. Life isn't only about grand successes or monumental achievements, it's about the small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. When we learn to find gratitude in the simple things, the sunrise, the kindness of a stranger, the lessons learned from hardship, our story becomes richer and richer. Gratitude shifts our perspective, allowing us to see opportunities in what others might see as obstacles. It teaches us that every part of our journey has value, that every moment has something to teach us. When you cultivate a mindset of gratitude, you transform your story into one of resilience, optimism, and strength. It becomes a story that isn't just about pursuing goals, but about finding meaning and joy in every step of the way. And there's a profound courage in simply deciding to keep going. Life will inevitably test us. We will encounter moments when giving up feels easier than pushing forward, when the future seems uncertain and hope feels distant. In these times, perseverance is what keeps our story moving forward. Perseverance is the quiet, steadfast commitment to keep showing up even when progress is slow and challenges seem insurmountable. It's the understanding that growth often comes not from moments of ease, but from the struggle, from the refusal to give up. Every time you choose to persevere, to face one more day, one more hour, or even one more minute of challenge, you are reinforcing the strength of your story. The road may be difficult, but know that every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to a breakthrough. Your persistence adds depth and richness to your narrative, showing not only your strength, but also your unwavering belief in the possibilities that lie ahead. And as you write your story, remember to allow yourself moments of rest and reflection. We live in a world that often glorifies constant movement and achievement, but true growth often happens in stillness. Reflection is the time we take to pause, to look back at the chapters we've already written, to learn from our experiences, and to reconnect with our purpose. It's in these quiet moments that we gain clarity, that we remember why we started, and that we find the strength to keep going. Rest isn't a sign of weakness, it's a necessary part of the journey. It gives us space to recharge, to heal, and to refocus. Embrace moments of rest, for they are as valuable as the moments of action. These pauses allow you to write your story with intention, making sure that each chapter is aligned with your truest self. Give yourself the grace to rest, and then come back to your story with renewed energy and purpose. Another powerful element in your story is forgiveness, not only forgiveness of others, but forgiveness of yourself. We often carry burdens from past mistakes, regrets, or moments of failure, thinking that these define us. But holding on to these moments keeps us stuck, unable to move forward freely. Forgiveness is the act of releasing ourselves from the past, of recognizing that we are human, fallible, and always growing. Self-forgiveness allows you to turn the page, to start a new chapter without the weight of guilt or shame. Remember, your worth is not defined by your past. It's defined by your resilience, by your willingness to learn and grow. Let go of what no longer serves you and embrace the freedom to write a new chapter. Forgiveness is an act of courage and self-love, and it empowers you to move forward, unburdened and ready to create a story that reflects the best of who you are. And finally, let's talk about the legacy of love, the love you give and receive, the love that endures even after the final chapter. At the end of our lives, our material successes, titles, or accolades won't be what people remember. They'll remember how we made them feel, the times we showed up, the ways we loved, and the impact we left on their lives. Love is the most enduring part of our story, the thread that binds us to others and transcends time. It's through love that we create connections, build community, and leave a legacy that outlives us. Love transforms not only our own story, but the stories of those around us. When we choose to live with an open heart, to be generous with our time, kindness, and compassion, we create a story that touches lives far beyond our own. Your story is ultimately a love letter to the world, a testament to the beauty of human connection and the power of kindness. Write it with love, for in the end, love is what makes your story timeless. Your story, your life, is a gift, a unique, once-in-a-lifetime creation that no one else can replicate. Embrace it fully, live it boldly, and let it reflect all the beauty, strength, and wisdom within you. Don't wait for permission to live the life you dream of. Start now, wherever you are, with whatever you have, and create a story that resonates, that inspires, and that endures. You are the author, the creator, the visionary of your journey. Make it a story worth telling, a story of courage, purpose, love, and infinite possibility. To conclude, let's take a moment to remember the incredible power each of us holds in shaping our lives. Life may throw challenges our way, it may test us in ways we never expected, but within each one of us lies the strength to respond, to learn, and to grow. We are all writing a story that is unique, filled with both joy and struggle, light and darkness, triumphs and setbacks. And it is this full, complex, and beautifully imperfect tapestry that makes our lives meaningful. The choice to author our own story isn't about controlling every moment or avoiding mistakes. It's about embracing every experience, every lesson, and every opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. This story you are creating isn't only for you. It's for those around you, those who look up to you, and those who are inspired by your journey. Your life story can be a beacon of hope, a testament to resilience, and a reminder that even through hardship, we can find purpose and light. When you live with intention, you not only transform your own life, but also influence the lives of others, creating a ripple effect that can impact generations. Every act of courage, every moment of kindness, every dream you pursue with passion contributes to the legacy you leave behind. As you continue on your journey, remember that you are never defined by a single chapter. No matter where you've been or what you've faced, the pages ahead are blank, waiting for you to write them. Embrace change, face your fears, forgive yourself, and keep moving forward with resilience and purpose. Take pride in your story, knowing it's uniquely yours, and let it reflect your values, your dreams, and your deepest truth. Write it with authenticity and courage, with love and gratitude, knowing that every step, every decision, and every moment of growth is adding depth and meaning to your life. Ultimately, the greatest gift you can give to yourself and the world is a life lived fully and intentionally. So take the pen firmly in your hands, be bold, be kind, and don't hold back. You are capable of so much more than you may realize. Your life is not just a series of random events. It's a powerful story waiting to unfold, a story that can uplift, inspire, and change lives. Let it be a story that you're proud of, a story that, when it's finally told in its entirety, reflects the beauty, courage, and resilience of a life truly lived.